Okay, great. Here we are on video number 2. And in talking about our expansion, your personal expansion, as you look to be the best, most fabulous female entrepreneur that you can be, we need to talk about a limiting factor, right? It's something that I call emotional debt. So we get to this place where we want to be purposeful about our purpose, and we're really looking to make sure that we don't have those intentions at odds anymore. We are coming from a place of clarity and positive growth and clear focus, and we're super excited. And then all of our little doubts creep in, and the little dude on our shoulder, maybe we could call little dude George for today. Maybe George is that little part of us that likes to try to keep us safe, right? Because anytime you're trying to be peeking out of that box, right? I mean, it's no fun being an entrepreneur in a box, right? The whole point of being in business for yourself and expanding as a woman and a person in the workforce is that you are not in a box, that you're being creative, that you're being expansive, and that you're being successful and you're doing it joyfully, right? But George knows that he's pretty darn comfortable in the box. George knows that he could do that all day long because he's got that down, he's got that dialed, and he's that part of you that is really comfy cozy there. And periods where you're tired, you're stressed, you don't feel well, you're at an impasse, it is so easy to listen to George. It's really easy to listen to George, right? Because he has always been there. He's been a constant little voice in your head for so long. And George represents our emotional debt. It's that deficit that we have within us that we are trying to dig out of so that we're not so scared to take action, so that we find our courage to move forward, so that we start putting money in the bank so we feel our best ever, right? That's not what he's here to do. George is all about what he thinks is your personal safety. And so in dealing with our emotional debt, that means dealing with our limiting beliefs, our self-talk, and all that stuff that goes on that we really need to relearn that comes through us through George. So it's finding another place for George to be. It's putting George up on a shelf or training George a different way of communicating with us. It's basically calling him out, saying, hey, that's not serving me anymore. I realized that was a great place to be for a long time. You know, it worked for me, my life worked, but now if I'm really going to be this person that I conceptualize and that I'm looking to connect with and that I am choosing to be, that means George, he's not on the bus. He is not along for the ride. It takes some work. It takes some practice. It takes some willingness to be uncomfortable. It's really, really interesting, and it's really, really worth it. So when you can get good with a little bit of crazy, when you can get good with that discomfort and really learn and retrain your awareness that discomfort is a blessing, that discomfort is like, hey, I am on the right track. No, this is good. This is that thing I need to indicate to myself, oh yeah, I'm doing the right thing. Because the only way you're going to learn, the only way you're going to grow, the only way you're going to expand is by being uncomfortable. I know that's not what you want to hear. I promise it's not always like that. It's not every single day and every single moment. But that is where you go from A to B. And from B to C is walking through the discomfort. I mean, we did it as kids all the time. We were always breaking through barriers and having to, find the courage within ourselves when somebody teased us or somebody bullied us, and all those things that we try to protect our kids from now, and we try to rise above. It's that same response in your nervous system. It's that same thing going on. And it's up to you to have that awareness to bring you through. That's why there are coaches. That's why there is support out there, right? To keep us moving, to keep us going, to act as support, but also to give us that nudge. So again, you're looking to expand and to be able to fully conceptualize, to be able to fully connect with what your dream is, and then choose it from a place of right choice, a place that's not reactionary, a place that is a joy, that's dealing with that emotional debt. It's having a frank conversation with George over here and learning how to fill yourself back up with the right mental language and the right actions that support that mental language. Sounds complicated. It's really not. So hang in there with me. We've got one more video to go.